Hi, with Julian on the Brown Note, trying to catch up on everything and a review of Day Shift, which is, I guess, whether or not this Netflix film is worth your time. It's a vampire film, but it should have been a zombie film, starring Jamie Foxx as someone that is part of a cabal of vampire hunters, even though the mythology of the vampire world and what they do is scant. It's not really defined like you would normally get in a vampire film. So he is a deadbeat dad, even though he's not really. He's got an estranged partner because he lies all the time. And he lies all the time because he spends his day pretending to be a pool cleaner in LA, but he's really out hunting vampires. So she's going to leave him and move to Florida, taking their daughter that they share the custody of. And he needs to get money together to pay her school fees. It's pretty surface level noise. And he tries to go back to the Union of Vampire Hunters to get some quick money so he can pay the daughter's school fees so that his estranged wife and daughter won't move to Florida and he won't see them again. And at the start of the film, in just the opening action sequence, which denotes the fact that most of the action sequences veer into going too long and too repetitively, although it is actually very well done. He fights this old lady. We later find out that that is the daughter, due to her not being turned into a vampire until later in life, of the Natasha Leo Bordizzo character called... No, not Natasha Louis... Carla Souza. Carla Souza as a vampire... No? Oh yeah, that is the one. It's her daughter that he kills at the start, so she sets off on a vendetta to kill his family. That's it. It's they must have written it down on a napkin. It's such a small plot. I think there are two problems I have with this. One is if it's done like a zombie film, so vampires come charging in their hundreds and are offed very quickly. This is zombie film territory. It's not vampire territory. I don't know why they didn't make it a zombie film. Maybe make one of the head zombies sentient or something, but it's never a good look that all these vampires are supposed to be so powerful compared to humans, but virtually no humans die at the hands of vampires. They all manage to dispatch hundreds of them. And the other thing is, I like my vampires done well. You look at something like Underworld, like the mythos, the backstory, their society and hierarchy and relationship with the human world is vastly well defined. None of that is here. We get some semblance that she is maybe trying to take over the world, but it's just not defined. And I really didn't like that. They don't really bother doing anything with the characters with the wider scenario at all. And even the vampire hunter world, don't expect Blade going into this. Overall, though, it's very colourful. It's very daylight and colourful, which a lot of these films can be shot in the darkness. Obviously, Day Shift. So it looks pretty good. It's got Snoop Dogg. Cowboy Snoop Dogg's one of the vampire hunters as well. And Carla Souza I thought was really good. I didn't think anyone else was, apart from Dave Franco. I like Dave Franco, James Franco's brother in films, the disaster artist. But I thought his character was good. His character story arc was pretty decent and probably the most entertaining thing. And no one else really was. Scott Adkins turns up in this, and I don't quite remember seeing him. How bizarre. It's a film where I enjoyed it in 10-minute chunks, and then 10 minutes I didn't, 10 minutes I did. It's very spotty. Some of the action sequences are just too repetitive in the manner they're shot. The director is a first-time director called J.J. Perry, who I believe is an ex-stuntman and martial artist. Yeah. There's repetitious styles of fighting used throughout the action sequences, which I got over a bit. Spinny kicks. Snoop's been better used in other films, to be honest. It's intermittently enjoyable. I thought that they had a decent enough actress as the protagonist, so I thought that, or antagonist, so they could have used her more. They could have done this whole sort of, it almost dips its toe into Chinatown sort of territory, but they just don't define any of the universe the vampires live in, which is a missed opportunity. So it is a remarkably slight endeavour. And is it worth watching? I would say overall I enjoyed the chatty bits, particularly with Dave Franco. Did I call Jamie Foxx? I wonder if I called him James Franco earlier. Jamie Foxx is actually a decent character here. He carries the movie mostly because he is the curmudgeonly guy with the new partner and they become best friends. And this film does have a nice twist on that. But he's actually a much more decent guy when he's with his family. So he's actually got a fairly broadly defined character. It's about the only defined thing in this whole film. And he does carry the whole endeavour. His buddy relationship with Dave Franco is actually pretty decent. I enjoyed the downtime where people are talking to each other more than I enjoyed the action. And like I said, you know, I'd go through a period of actually not enjoying it and then a period of enjoying it. So I'd say just a watch. Day Shift. It's certainly better than the James Franco film. The Jamie Foxx film I saw 2 years ago from Netflix and gave an absolute trashing to. And it's called Power something, but I always have to look up the name, Project Power, because I always forget it's such a generic name. That was aggressively bad at times. This isn't. This is just, it just sort of gets a bit dull. So overall, probably a 6 out of 10 for Day Shift. It'll just about get you there. It's intermittently funny. Again, it doesn't always work on the humour level, but yeah, 6 out of 10 for Day Shift.